your shoulder makes your skin crawl. And we only come alive after nightfall. I've been singing in the shadows, slipping through the streets. Roll up right beside you, I'll right to my feet. Something's right behind you, hope that it's not me. Something's right behind you.
One. Guess who we got here? This is the man, the myth, the legend, the genius himself. You have no responses, you get FTK. All right, let's get into the profile because it is a dangerous deck to be playing this format.
Okay.
But before we go, what did you do, what'd you place, and what'd you play?
All right, so what I did is I went first, I tried to go first, and I went and killed people with cannon soldiers and telepods, and then people call me Riddell or the Southern Sun around here.
It is a Southern Sun.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
And then
The man ideas.
I came 6th. I was 7-1. It was the last of the 7-1s at Tucker. So starting
with the Morphtronic.
Yep. So we have 3 of the phone itself, the notorious the notorious Morphtronic telephone. This card is the best card that has never been relevant ever because it is absurd because you just summon one, and if there's one in your grave, you roll your die, you gain life, you summon the other one, and you just can keep doing that because it's not hard once per turn, and it's pretty good. Funnily enough, the defense position effect to mill came up today, where I needed to get a phone in the grave, and so I actually used that to dump another phone, and then the next turn he didn't do anything, so I switched it to attack and started reborning and just going crazy. It was really shocked. We have the soldier. I don't know what to say other than it's the soldier. He kills people. I don't know why it's legal. It's like FTK. You can play either it or the Toon Can Soldier. You probably should play the normal one though because it can attack the turn it's summoned.
Fair.
In case you need to. 2 of Gizmic Nanaki. When you contribute this to summon the phone from your deck, and then if you have a face-down banished machine whose attack equals its defense, which is this guy, you can banish this from your grave to add this back to your hand. So if one of your phones gets hit off of a Rise Heart, just normal Rise Heart, you can add it back. You can't recover the soldier.
That's fair.
If your soldier gets hit, you just kind of are out of luck. So up next are the dangers. We have the 1 Tsushinoko, the 1 Jackalope, the 3 Nessie, the 3 Mothman, the 3 Chupacabra, the 3 Bigfoot, and the 2 Thunderbirds. So you want these to just dig through your deck and get free buys on the board for Saryuja. And I don't know what to say other than they're pretty good. Ideally, you want to get the 4s out so you can make Dugaras and keep going. These guys are very good going second. I only played 2 of him though because he is slightly smaller and usually popping face-ups is slightly better than popping sets. And then you usually want to not max out on these because if you get hit on them going first, they don't do anything. And you don't want scenarios where your opponent just like hits these 2 in a row and then you just kind of can't do anything. The rest are all very good though. And they're kind of interchangeable. Some are a little better. It's more of the levels that matter. Sometimes you get the draw on the discard, which matter a lot, especially when you have 3 Growl, because you want to ideally be discarding Growl off of any danger or Mothman and just getting that free card. Also, it's a 3 you can normal summon and use with Dimension Dice, which will be important here. We have the 1 Elite. Yeah, we have the 1 Elite, which is for just anything. You can bounce Dice Dungeon and use it again. You can bounce a Danger and use it again. It's a 4, so you can use it for Dugaras. Good card. We have 3 of the Dimension Dice and 3 of the Dice Dungeon. So Dice Dungeon, when activated, adds Dimension Dice, and then has an effect in the battle phase where you can roll a die to change the stats of monsters on the board depending on the die roll. It's really funny because this actually came up once today where the opponent rolled a 5 and had the other guys to not kill me.
Oh my god.
Although he was under prosperity, but it was still funny. And then this says tribute a monster to special summon a monster that requires a die roll from your deck if you control a card that has an effect to do a die roll. So if you control this or Telephone, you tribute a monster to summon phone from your deck. And it is very, very good because any danger or anything over here just becomes a phone and helps you play through a lot. People didn't respect this today, and because of that, I was able to get to the loop, and they just kind of got the combo.
Scoop it up.
3 dupe for the phone. If you have this card and either Nanaki or the phone, then you win usually, unless they have the rock or shifter or whatever. Control. And then we have all the 1-up spells: Upstart Goblin, Monster Reborn, Card Destruction, 1-for-1, Foolish Burial. They were all very good today, except for this because I barely saw it. Otherwise, all these were very good. People did not respect this card and they got punished for it a lot. Because I would just discard like 3 dangers and go chain link 3 on the dude I don't care about. And it's really good. And then this card's super good because it dumps soldiers, so you can use it for your fireball combo. As well as you can just dump phones, you can dump Sephiroth the Elite. It's barely just utility. So that's all the main deck cards, 40 even. For the extra deck, we have Duelist and Pkwy. Pkwy never came up today. You probably don't need to play it. Duelist is a absolute must though, because any 2/4s you make this, you draw 2, pitch 1, and you just go crazy. You can also special from grave if you have to, if you need to use the soldier that way. We have 1 Anima and 2 Link Rebo. These are just to turn your phones into actual things you can use for to make Saryuja with different names. I would probably play a second Anima because there was times where it's like I really wanted to get more names on the board to keep playing through things, but I ended up making it anyway. Link Rebo was very, very good because you can go phone, chain Rebo, summon the phone you tributed, and then just get a free guy on board who's a different name without having to play more stuff. Also, people didn't play around Anima into this one. We have Cerberus, Phoenix, and then Unicorn. These were all just all the discard, force cards out, or you just like go second, and you would make these to just break through stuff. They were very good, and they're also just more names.
We call that chip damage.
Blocker. This never came up, but it's just another name that you can discard a card if you need to. And then you can technically recycle Dungeon Dice with it, but it never happened. Akashic Magician, this came up a couple times to bounce my Saryuja back. Otherwise, this, I think, bounced something on the opponent's field today. It's also calling to call a card name, and you excavate equal to like the call link rating, so like you would call, and you do 2. And if you hit it, you get to add it to your hand and send the rest to the grave, so theoretically you could hit something off of that, but it just never came up today, aside from just bouncing cards. We have 1 Alsa, which came up a lot today, because you would just take Fenrir's, you would take Bells, you would just take stuff and get more names for Saryuja. Really good card. I would probably play Dark as well. 2 Saryuja. I don't think you needed a 3rd one. So there's times where I need to make a 3rd one, but I just use Akashic for it. This card is really important because it lets you see more cards and it gets the soldier onto your board. And then the 1 Zelantis to tag out your Saryuja into, in case it gets negated or something. You can use this to reset the board. It's pretty good. And then lastly, 1 Firewall to recycle your cards, so you can get the soldier back to your hand. And then for the side, we have 3 droplets to break board going second. This only got sided in once and I did not see it. I don't know how to feel about it because it eats a lot of cards in your hand, but sometimes you just need to beat like stupid floodgate cards like Kekis Bouncer, which is the only loss was Kekis Bouncer. 2 Storms to get through back row. I didn't play through back row all today, but you probably should play it anyway. A Change of Heart to remove guys. 3 Talents because it's better Change of Heart, honestly, going second. And then it's just really good all around. 2 Thrust. This card went really good today because you just go second and you just see any power card you want usually. If your opponent's a dude.
It's like going to the groceries. Just pick what you want.
Yep. You just get Reborn and just continue your combo. We have 1 Magical Hound. I saw this once today and I couldn't summon it because of Cactus Bowser. Good card. It's okay. Well, I'd say it's good, but it's actually just okay. If you hit it off a danger, you can bounce the opponent's Floodgate or some card they have you don't want to summon it. And it's just another body on the board. It's okay. And then 3 Evenly Matched. This card went really good today because I would just use it to break board and then kill them in main phase 2. And that is it.
Fires off telephone and win.
Let's go.
That shit, Riddell for the win. Top flame.